Welcome to another Mac logo review, and this time we're looking at the Flywoo Nano 20 HD with Walksnail. I had this quad for quite a while, and there were some ups and downs with it, and I think there's some things that we need to mention, good or bad, for this quad, especially regarding the VRX, maybe some issues or some things just that you should know if you want to buy it. As you can see here, this is my actually third one that I've got. I was a little bit unlucky. I did actually lose my first quad in a pond. Yeah, it was my fault, but that's FPV. And then I got a second one, or I ordered a second one with ELRS. Ordered it express, and yeah, it takes about, I think, 1 week to 10 days to get them to configure everything, send it out, and ship it. Now shipping takes maybe 3, 4, 5 days. Of course, now with the whole situation, this will even take longer. But I got my quad then, and what then happened was I had a little bit of hard landing, and the VTX broke. It basically turned off. It was maybe 2 seconds where after the impact where you could see the picture, and it just shut off when it was there. And that's an issue that would like to speak about also in this review. This is of course number 3. Got this through warranty exchange. That's a good thing about Flywoo. You can claim warranty, and you just show them a video basically what is not working with it, and I got the replacement. But it took about 3 months. It took about 1 month and a week until I got it, because of course all the supply chains issues, and also they don't send it with the fastest mail option. So yeah, but I got the new one, and it has the updated board. This is basically the old one, and in this quad there's an update board, and we'll look at that in a short while. So what we have here is basically the new board. I'm not sure if it's focusing. This is smaller in size, the diameter is smaller, but it is thicker than the old board. As you can see, this also goes around to the edges. Actually, there's a slight oversize here. Both have still got the heatsink. The newest one is VTX doesn't have the heatsink, but this has got the heatsink. I think that's also not bad. The funny thing is, I weighed these, and I'll quickly show you the picture. And basically the old One S board was maybe half a gram lighter than this board, so it's not technically lighter than before. We could make it lighter if you would upgrade to the newest camera. I will maybe do that later on, because as you will see later on, size, or the weight does matter with this quad. I mean, it's not bad, it's flying really great with this, but coming back to that, regarding the board, the thing that has changed, the diameter here and the holes. I will also show you a picture of that. It's better designed, it's smaller, and I think this won't break. I also crashed this and it didn't break. And if I actually look at the thickness of it, yeah, it's 1.45 or so, and this is about 1.1 millimeter, 1.15. So I think it's 0.3 millimeter thicker, which makes the new board sturdier, and this should help it not break. And also with the holes on the outside and not anymore here in the middle, I guess that takes the stress of it when in certain impacts. And so because what I've seen with the One S VTX that are breaking, which were not only the One X VTX but also the decased ones. This is a decased one that I used on another quad, and it also broke, and it was basically the same. If you use the stack screws, and then I guess it might be something like that. That's just my opinion. I'm not sure if I'm right, but I think the holes with the stack, if you with an impact, then these screws will move slightly, and this basically, I guess, breaks the board inside kind of. And makes them die really fast. So that's why currently, as it stands with the normal VTX, I do not recommend decasing them. I always recommend them using them with a heat sink, because the heat sink has also the same holes, and if the heat sink is mounted correctly, then it will take away the stress of the board. It'll with any impact, the force of the screws, the movement of the screws is actually absorbed by the heatsink, so there's no issue. I did not have any VTX break that had a heatsink, but I had 2 decased ones break, and the one is board that broke. So yeah, with an updated version, this should be fixed now, and I also hope that Walksnail does, or Cadex Walksnail does also fix this with the full-size board, that you can decase them. Otherwise, they're fine, they're okay, but just don't decase them as long as they still got this design. So let's go to the actual review of the quad, because besides all this is a really an excellent quad. I love it. I love how it flies, and this has to do with the weight. Quickly show you. I think they say on their homepage that it comes in at that 43.2 or something like that. Well, it says now 42.5. And I think the former, it's basically the same heavy, or maybe even slightly heavy than it was before. But this is the max that it should be. I think if you would use the lighter camera that comes new with the 1S, it'll take away maybe 1 or 2 grams, and that will even be better. But as said, it fits the packs, the Tattu packs for 50s. I think they actually make these. This is the 720, this is for the larger one, and this is for the 420. These are the battery that Flywoo do supply. You can buy them with that. I did not order them with them. I really went risky and tried 2S Tattu batteries. These are 75C, and these are 550 2S with 90C or 95C, I think. Yeah, it's 95C, and basically these are excellent for if you want to do acro, if you want to do, it's just fun flying and zip around, because the quad is light and it's really nimble and it's lots of fun. I will show you that in a small clip. I'll have it play next to the review, and basically the mounting is nice. You've got good access to the USB. I'm using the ELRS version with the antenna outside. That's a UART ELRS version that you can update easily. It's on board, and it's perfect also from range-wise, no issues. You anyway lose video signal first before you lose any signal, control signals. So. And then regarding the packs, the 720 that they say, this is the strap here, the TPU strap. It perfectly fits the 550 2S battery of Tattu also. Really a snug fit, both fit really snug in, and basically these are really perfect. I love the 450s for the weight. Let us quickly look at the weight of them compared to the 550s. Without TPU, the battery is 28.6, and compared to the 550, 31.7. This is already enough to make a real difference. It flies so much better with the lighter battery. Now, of course, you have not that much flight time, but for me, I rather have 2 to 3 minutes, or no, it's basically 3 minutes the flight time, even if you zip around. But you have. For me, it's just more fun, to have that nimble quad. But if you want to fly along, you cannot go up to the 720s that they recommend. You possibly would have to get them from Flywoo so that they fit. But otherwise, yeah, that's fine. So basically, you have the choice between the 2 batteries, and of course, if you want to choose the Flywoo batteries, that's fine. I know just that these, the Tattu, they fit 550 and 450. If you want to fly a little bit longer, and I've recorded a flight with them, I did actually feel the weight difference. It's still fun to fly, it's still a nimble quad, but no, it just if you do power loops and stuff, you just feel the weight a little bit more, and it's more prone to maybe touch the ground or so. But yeah, for me, these are basically cheaper, and it's really fun. Basically, anyway, a really fun way to rip around, to zip around, and have a nice nimble quad for outside. Because for me, this is clearly a quad for flying outside, as it is basically too fast for flying indoor. You could let me show you this. The quad comes with this nice pack here, and you get prop guards. But again, this adds weight, and of course you can fly slowly with them, and you can fly indoors if you maybe in a gym hall or something like that. I think for those that have the opportunity, go ahead and try it. And you could also use the heavier batteries for a little bit more flight time. I'm sure that's also fun. But for me, I mean, it's a freestyle quad, and it can really zip around, but you can use it as you want. It also has this horn here where you can add a camera, but I wouldn't add more weight. And I mean, the Walksnail system can record in 1080p, and that's fine. So that's anyway easy or a nice opportunity to record video. By the way, the quad uses Gemfan 2015 two blades. These are on 1.5mm shafts, and they really work nice. They do not break fast. They're quite sturdy. They had a few crashes, not into hard objects, but into the ground and stuff. I'm still on the first set on this quad. Basically, I chose blue ones. That's not standard. You get these black ones, but it just adds a nice touch. Yeah, what I would say also with a little bit a thing that is a little bit weird with Walksnail, with Flywoo, is you get some TPU parts for their quads, but I have not seen that you can actually get the files for these battery mounts, the TPU mounts. This would be nice. Of course, you can print them on your own if you want to design them and everything, but it wouldn't be nice if they would, give these files for free, so people can print them in any color they want, or add different ones, maybe change them to other things. Because in my opinion, having people order TPU parts if they lose them is stupid. That's basically negates the actually idea of 3D printing. The idea of 3D printing is that you can print them on your own, and that you don't order them from basically overseas, because it doesn't make sense and it's economically actually crap. One thing that you need to know is the One Ace board has only got 350 milliwatts of power, so you're a little bit limited what going far. But for me, as I said, this is not a quad to fly a kilometer away or so. You can go 200 and 300 meters. That's certainly no issue. I'm also showing you a little bit of footage where I fly behind the Scraggle, and also I'm using these antennas. So basically the patches which have a beam which maybe goes like this. I'm not 100% sure, but around like this. And you have the omnis that is basically like two bubbles we can imagine around it. And I'm basically standing here, and I'm flying here, and there's three like this. So it's not anymore in the range of the patches, and you can actually see the signal be getting weak or not breaking up. But actually the new firmware handles it pretty good, and I'm confident flying this small quad, and it's really fun. So that's why I say, for me, 350 milliwatts is enough for this anyway on such a small board. It doesn't have to pull that much power, and it's fine. That's perfectly okay. It's more about the weight anyway, to keep the weight low, and the frame also, it's sturdy, so a really fun quad to fly. So basically, you get a fun package with this quad. Let's say if you tune it well, then it's also pretty easy to fly for beginners. I mean, with tuning well, there is settings that Chris Rosser has posted where you can basically dump the CLI or put the CLI files in, and you then have to flash the ESC with BL and BLLES with Bluejay, and you can then enable RPM filtering, which makes it even better to fly. I'm using that, so just only flying with that, and I've also adjusted I'm using actual rates, so I'm basically flying with about 30 expo, 0.30 expo on the all axis. This makes it a little bit less twitchy, and it's just nice to fly. But basically, otherwise, the rates that I use are pretty much standard. That's just what I think works for me fine. Maybe you can also use that. One thing that I also want to point out is with the new 1S board, something has changed, and this is the cable, the USB cable that you use for pulling the data or updating the firmware from the Walksnail VTX. This is the standard one with a relatively large block still, and this is the updated one. I'm not sure if you can see it here, but it's a much smaller plug, and just that you can see it, this is a smaller plug. I just have one cable, and yeah, this could be maybe a weak point because it's really small and light. I don't think that I break it, but I hope that it still it works after plugging it in and out for maybe 100 times or so. But yeah, it's actually also good. It makes the thing lighter. It keeps the weight down, so that's fine. But that's just something that's changed with it. And otherwise, I really like the quad. I was a little bit unlucky with what happened at the beginning, but otherwise, would I buy it again? Yes, of course, sure. It's cheap. It's too much fun not to have. It records, or it can record in 1080p 60 with the DVR. You can of course also record in the goggles, which is also nice, which looks good. The feed, I mean, it looks like. Exactly like a full-size quad. You have no difference because the camera, of course, is the same, and it's just awesome quality, for making a little bit of footage, cruising around, exploring. I think not going too far, but it's a fun little quad, and also sturdy. For me, it's really a winner. So. Okay, so then we'll look at a little bit of footage, and thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for watching the videos. I hope you have a great New Year's Eve and or Silvester evening, and a great New Year's Eve, great day, and all the best for 2023. Thank you. Bye bye.